I'm Jordan Rayner, and this is the Word Before Work. Today we're starting a new 5-week series here on the Word Before Work called 5 Ways to Prepare to Share the Gospel with Our Coworkers. Let's begin by reading 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 11 through 12 together. You should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders, and so that you will not be dependent on anybody. As I've talked many times before here on the Word Before Work, sharing the gospel with those we work with is far from the only way our work matters to God. But it is a way. Your job can be a powerful vehicle for following Jesus' command in Matthew 28 to go and make disciples. Now, Jesus is not saying in this verse that you have to change your current vocation or location to participate in his Great Commission. The Greek word poreuthentes that we translate go and make disciples is what's called an aorist tense passive participle. Now, what in the world does this mean for you and me? It means that a far more accurate translation of Jesus' words is, quote, having gone, make disciples. The going is assumed. Jesus was saying that his disciples had already gone as fishermen and tax collectors, mothers and fathers. It wasn't about how far they went. It was about what they did while they were going. The same is true for you and me. Okay, so the Great Commission is for all of us, not just for religious professionals. Every Christian is called to be a quote-unquote full-time missionary. But here's the question. How can we effectively make disciples as we go about our work today, especially in this post-Christian cultural moment? I think we're all wise enough to know that street preaching in front of our offices or adding John 3:16 to our Zoom backgrounds isn't going to cut it. So the question is, what will? That's the purpose of this series. In this series, I want to offer 5 simple things we can all do to prepare to share the gospel with those we work with. Here's the first. Be so good they can't ignore you. In 1 Thessalonians 4, 11 through 12, the Apostle Paul writes, quote, you should mind your own business and work with your hands just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders and so that you will not be dependent on anybody, end quote. Paul worked, and he commanded his readers to work in ways that would win the respect of non-believers, of outsiders. And I would argue that it's incredibly hard to win the respect of outsiders if you're mediocre at your job. Mastery, not mediocrity, wins the respect of outsiders. Excellence is what is winsome to a watching world. Be so exceptional at what you do that you win the respect of those around you. That's the first thing you can do today to prepare to share the gospel with your coworkers. In the next devotional in this series, we'll unpack the second. Today's devotional only scratches the surface of how God's word connects to our work. If you want to go deeper, sign up for my free 20-day devotional called The Word Before Work Foundations at twbwfoundations.com. These email devotionals are designed to help you gain a rich understanding of the biblical narrative of work, how exactly your work matters for eternity, and what those truths mean for how we ought to work today. Sign up right now, again, totally free at twbwfoundations.com.